Can you, like, call the fire department, maybe?
This is the Discover Seward County podcast, where we explore the past, present, and future of Seward County and the people who make it great. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Discover Seward County podcast, here with Pat and JJ. As always, we have another great episode for you, so let's buckle in and let's get down to it.
This week has been so full of nice things.
Let's talk about those.
2 days ago, I had 3 little ladies come back out from Omaha. They were here on the 4th of July, and they remembered something in my store they wanted to get. They made a trip out here to Seward, again, 2 weeks later, because of the 4th of July.
There you go.
And
I'm sure you probably left a positive impression on them, so they wanted to come back.
I did my best, except I can't ever get the store vacuumed and dusted and all put together because I'm always doing other.
Well, we'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah,
JJ will.
I'll put on a little maid outfit and come over.
And then the B&B is booked.
JJ on the
all
street.
3 years, or all 3 rooms are booked next year in 2026. The same people called that night and that morning to say, can we have Liberty House next year too? And I go, my God, am I going to live that long?
I really want to stay a night, and do a segment.
I
would pay.
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be amazing content.
Yeah, you know.
Genuinely, it would.
Can you read me a story, Pat?
A little bell. Just bring your own bell.
Pat,
Pat, I need a warm glass of milk.
That's what wears me out is I go, oh my
Pat,
God,
I think there's a
gotta
monster
be
in the
nice
closet.
to everybody again
Pat, can you go
all
look?
day long.
I just want to be grumpy.
I just want to leave me alone. I don't want to be nice anymore. So,
Kaitlyn, I apologize in advance for sniffling and stuff. I'll try to turn off when I do. I've been in the office for a week and I'm sick already.
you know there is something dreadful going around, isn't there?
Oh God. What is it?
This cold and this, you just get sicker than a dog with it. So stay clear over there, Charles.
I will.
Are you going to build a website for the Seward Blue River Historical District?
You're on my list for early next week to talk to you about it.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I've got a lot of stuff to do.
One of my little friends wanted to buy a flag, and she did. She from the Kiwanis and donated a beautiful flag. And I thought Sunday night, it was just such perfect weather and everything. And I thought, I wonder if I could get everybody together. The cement had been poured in there, and it had cured. And by the time we got done, we had about a dozen people out there in it. And when they unfurled that flag and started it up the pole, everybody got tears in their eyes. It was, I don't know why. It just turned out to be such
I was working at the wellness center on Sunday night, and Pat texted me. She's like, JJ, get down here right now. So it must have been some beautiful,
it was
in the moment type of,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If Pat's texting me to come down,
we took a picture, and it's on Facebook. The heck with Instagram. I might have accidentally put it on Instagram, but
we'll get it off of there for you. Instagram doesn't get it.
So, But anyways, we want a drone picture. And I met the man, I chased him down, drove right into his lane, followed him home. I'm going to get shot one of these days.
I guarantee that actually happened. I guarantee.
And
no doubt.
Found out the guy because the Plum Creek joins the Blue River right on the south of South 2nd Street. And I want a drone picture of that so bad, of where this joins the river out there. So, and of course, when you're going to go take a picture of the Plum Creek joining the Blue River, you should wait till the mosquitoes are in full bloom and the weeds and the ticks, and we'll have a good time down there.
Perfect. Sounds lovely, actually.
So there's a cabin down here,
No,
is that something else?
The district, the Blue River District is is that someone has donated a true 1866 log cabin.
Wow.
And it's such a story. It's such a good story, just make you cry. East of town on Krieser's place, it is still there. And we have documentation of when it was built in 1866. And then John and Janice Heath donated 5 acres of land south of Seward to put it on. Everybody in this county has been chipping in and helping. And it's just so darn cool. And so, but we still don't have the cabin moved. We've got the foundation poured. We've got a beautiful Nebraska pollinator garden started. A family from Ravenna came in and put up a $6,000 historical marker for their granddad's story along the railroad track between Seward and Milford.
That's great.
And
when is the log cabin going to get moved on?
It all kind of depends when our mover can work it into his schedule.
Gotcha.
Better let your wife and kids know that we're going to be out in the town a little bit overnight when we go stay at Pat's new cabin and the B&B.
I'm not staying the night in a log cabin. 18. Are you kidding me? That is 100% haunted.
You don't want to bunk with me? You don't want to have a campfire? I
mean, campfire sounds fine,
Okay.
but
I'll remember that.
Oh, good grief.
yeah, you should. Yes, please remember, I do not want to spend the night with you anywhere. That's good. Let's get that on the
And
record.
you can't stay at Liberty House.
Pat, what are you doing tonight?
I made up a new rule. You can't stay at Liberty House.
It's like when you dine and dash in the restaurant and they put your picture up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
People who are banned from Liberty House since my
Not
headshot.
allowed.
JJ with a circle and a line through his head. Do not let this man in here.
Speaking of drones, you wanted to talk about, we have an airport apparently.
This one needs to be a whole separate, and it needs to almost be a series. We have wonderful airport managers, and as I can find out, that airport wasn't built till 1975.
Really?
Now, to me, that's just a couple of years ago. And so, but the fixed base operators, Greg and Terry Whistler, have the most unique and amazing business that they run out there. And they transport and repair aircraft. They have gone to Berlin, taken the wings off of a small jet, brought it back here to Seward County, Nebraska, fixed it, and took it back. Greg has placed an airplane on, what ship is it, with the Smithsonian out there in the harbor.
I know what you're talking
he
about.
placed a plane on that ship. They have hauled aircraft from South America, North America, and all over Europe. And then they do that. That's what they do for a living. And then because of Greg Whistler, our airport, he knows enough about everything that he works with the FAA, and he has gotten our airport extended so that it's long enough that corporate jets can land here.
Wow.
What's interesting, I remember one time, I can maybe even give you the video. I think I still have it. You could pop it in. But I was out with my kids out and about doing something, and we saw above the monastery, kind of in that airspace, there was somebody doing trick flying. That it was the most intense trick flying I have ever seen. They would go in a dead 90-degree climb, and they would cut their engines and literally fall and corkscrew and then kick it back on, right? It was
That's
amazing.
another facet of that story. That's called aerobatic competition. And the 3 trainers for that group stay at Liberty House every summer, the week before the 4th of July. And then nobody knows this. And they come up here. And they were Olympic gold medalists in Spain about 30 years ago. And they still teach, and I don't know how long John will keep at this, aerobatic competition. People from all over the United States come to Seward
to be like
to be
taught, to train
in this conference.
Wow. I did not know any of that.
Yeah.
I'm realizing slowly that the terminus of all of the interesting stories is Pat.
Oh yeah.
You are the hub. Every interesting story about Seward
It's like
County.
a library in there, dude.
It is.
So,
You're the
but it
terminus
is
of all
so
of them.
interesting that I get the folks that I get to meet and to see. And there were other airports. There was an era in there in the 60s, 70s, and 80s where it was a common thing for young citizens of young fellas of the community to go out and get their pilot's license, because back then you could still almost afford to do it. And then there were customs, and the little airport, the fixed base operation, was a real social center. But it was a custom then when they would solo flight, their first flight where they went solo, then the tradition was they'd come into the airport and cut their shirt tails off and nail them up to the wall with their name and their year
fun.
and the date that they soloed. So,
That's very cool.
And Charles Kreutz, who was a very well thought of professor at Concordia, he had his own little runway over here on the east side of town.
You know, the private runway?
Yep.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
need one of those.
And then just think, this was a third part of the story, or fourth part segment, is that then over in Utica, they had the Flying V Ballroom. And it was a whole social. It was a dance hall. It was a steakhouse. And all of the rural folks from maybe Kansas, eastern Nebraska, western Nebraska would fly into Utica, have a steak supper, dance the night away, and then fly home.
Wow. That's really cool.
So, Pat, I don't really read books. I'm not the best at focusing. I don't know if you can.
No.
But yeah, big
You
surprise.
don't read?
So I have my little, I have audiobooks occasionally.
I understand.
Occasionally.
It counts.
Pat, I need your voice in my audiobook. I need my 60 Laws of Power with Pat narrating it in the background.
The promise.
I need my Hunger
Or
Games
the
with
secret.
Pat.
So
Okay, Pat reading the Hunger Games.
I don't
be
even know what to
amazing.
respond to that. Okay, let's go on.
I think we're going. I think we're full on. This will be the episode where we just put a little text over it that says episode blah blah blah.
about
And we
flying
just
and
start
then-
talking. Yep.
But don't you think we need to go, you guys?
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody
Yeah.
would
Go
know
on a field trip.
I get this- get
the depth
this.
of that.
I also, long time ago, I was interviewing folks on my little iPad that I could hardly run, and everything. And we did a great interview with Al Sheehan. And he was in the Air Force in Lincoln. He was with the general the last day they locked the gates on the base down here in Lincoln. But he has a magnificent story of right after World War II. There was a huge airliner circling the base down there, and there was too many cans of gasoline stored at the end of the runway, and he could not land. And he could not land, and he thought, if I land, we'll blow those up, and many people will die. And he circled, and he circled, and he circled, and he sacrificed himself, and he crash landed in the cornfield over here. And Al tells that story. It's just
Wow.
something. Yeah.
We need a
That is quite the
statue
story.
or something. Wow.
Yeah, that's
And he sacrificed himself to save that part of
Oh my
the
goodness.
people. Yeah.
Why were those gas cans there?
So there's story after story. But anyway, when I was thinking last night, all of these things and all of the people that come to Seward because of the 4th of July, that's one instance, the 4th of July committee, and it's tourism. And this is our opportunity to create a little bit more operating monies for our state of Nebraska. We have an arts council, and we have the creative arts district now. We have the 4th of July. And yes, it financially helps us and everything, but I was thinking, because when we did the roundup meeting for the 4th of July, it turned out to be such a positive, supportive meeting of each other. And people love and care about their community. And when we raised the flag out at the new Blue River Historical District, it was more than just generating more dollars to run Nebraska on. It was community and caring. And I would encourage everybody now we're kind of slowing down a little bit, and we'll get through the county fair. And that next month, just before school starts, to get out and enjoy Seward County. I love to, sometimes when I just about can't take it anymore, and I'll get in my minivan and go driving around, and you go from the beauty of the hills, the Bohemian Alps, to Western Seward County and all the rainwater basins, and that makes a home for nature and migrating waterfowl and everything with fireworks in between. You really, really, it's good for the soul. It's more than just generating dollars. It's good for the soul. It's good for us.
I want to run through a wall now after that
no
one.
kidding.
That was another good one.
It is. You're on fire today, Pat.
I'm cranked up.
Your soapbox is well.
How much caffeine do you have this morning? Do you have any caffeine?
Happy. I did just half a one, and I couldn't get over to get me some store-bought coffee because I had to dust the floors upstairs, and so I had to have a half a cup of coffee with 3/4 cup of creamer in it.
It sounds like you need a helper around Liberty House. It sounds like you need a +1.
So
I'm slowly,
someone's volunteering.
Slowly trying to.
Yeah.
I just got evicted, so I'm slowly trying to find a place where. No, I'm kidding.
you need to buy Liberty House.
Oh, JJ running a B&B. That'd be
Maybe
something.
we spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Then you too could start. I've never. 23 years I've had this, and I've never put a picture on the wall. Not allowed at Liberty House. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay.
That was good.
That was amazing,
was
Pat.
good.
It always is. Well, and speaking of getting out and about, I mean, we had a chance to talk with Tom and Court, and they from the Folly Hunt.
Oh,
this
yes.
episode, they sung your praises.
Oh,
As the I didn't know you again. You're the terminus of all these stories. You're the one who it was your idea,
It all leads back to you, apparently.
right? Was the Folly Hunt your idea?
well, I told, yeah, sort of. And I said, because Tom is my neighbor. They live 1 block north of me. And they invited me to stop over one night, and I did. I got lost in the minivan. I got lost.
Going 1 block north.
You know, so he'll never let me live that one down. But anyway, and Deb, his wife, is an artist, and they create lovely things. And he was in corporate storytelling and everything. And that was about 3 or 4 years ago. And I said, you know what, guys, we need something like a scavenger. We need something to have folks look for in Seward County. And that time I was thinking more of like a little troll or a hobbit.
A leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. Or
Farmer, something
somebody
in the
under
tall
the
grass.
bridge.
Maybe tall and handsome, you never know.
Troll, hobbit, or farmer. You really covered all your bases on that one.
There we go. And they came up with the Folly bird. I don't know. So anyway, it was just something fun to have and to get us out off of our couches and off of our devices. Get us out to enjoy and appreciate Nebraska.
So as you know, Kaitlyn and I went out the other day and we did it, and we called you actually. You guys will see that later. But Kaitlyn and I, it was really fun. It was phenomenal. It's kind of hard though.
It is.
We were with our heads caught up. We're like, where is this
I
thing?
know. I've yelled at Tom and I've yelled at Court, and I get all frustrated and I can't find him. I go, that makes no sense whatsoever. But hey, we just keep.
How big are the actual birds?
They're little guys. They're like
oh,
little
okay.
wooden.
I got you. So you have
So
to be.
it's difficult.
You gotta keep your head on a swivel.
It is nice because they do put that sign there, so you kind of know if you're hot or cold or not. But we were still wandering around with our heads cut off.
Like, I didn't even know. I can't talk about it, though. I'll give away a clue. I didn't know that we had story walk in Seward. And see, so a lot of we find these things out about
What
our
story
community.
walk?
See?
Explain that to me, yes.
You better, nope, that's all I can say.
Better go find the clue.
Great.
You got to get the clue. Got to go find it. So this is serious.
So I got to talk to Tom and Court, and then another thing that is available in Seward County for people to get out and enjoy is the Heartfelt Memorial. I had a great conversation with the 2 ladies from Heartfelt, and some tears were shed, and it was just a great conversation. So that's another beautiful thing people can go experience. And
Have you ever been out there?
I haven't. I've driven past it like most people 1,000 times, but I'm going to take my kids over and show them sometime here soon.
I stopped. I need to physically get out of my car and go there, but I stopped at the 4-way there for a little too long, just staring at it. And it's. I think everyone should go check it out at some point because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they did a great job, and they continue to do a great job there.
agree.
Yes, just support it and maintain it and keep it going. It's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea how to start this.
I don't either.
JJ, have you ever been on a scavenger hunt?
Scavenger hunt? I mean, maybe when I was 5. I mean, 6. That might be the last time I've been on a scavenger hunt.
Okay, what about geocaching? I think geocaching is like the grown-up version of scavenger hunt.
I've heard of that as well. What are you trying to tell me right now? Besides that, you're leaving us as our favorite producer. What else are you trying to tell me right now?
It's time to pursue other ventures in life. It's all good. You guys have it covered.
Am I adult enough to take over the producer role, though? Are you?
You know what?
Been training me and whatnot, and
I think you got it.
this is like the equivalent of you sending me off to college.
Honestly, that is what it feels like, isn't it?
It is. Okay, what is the scavenger hunt? What,
yeah. Back on topic. No, I think what is interesting is like different communities have different versions of a scavenger hunt for adults.
Really?
Yeah. Like, okay, so I'm from York.
Okay.
That's where I live. Oh gosh, everybody's gonna hate me now.
I was gonna say, don't repeat that.
And York, the paper there did a like medallion hunt for money, and they've been doing it for like many years. Mm-hmm. The winner was just announced. My husband was very upset because he worked really hard to find that thing and didn't find it. Anyway, all this to say, did you know we have a scavenger hunt here in Seward?
Well, apparently I do now. What is it called? What is
okay,
this?
So this is called the Folly hunt.
Excuse me, what'd you just call me?
The Folly hunt.
Folly hunt. Sorry. Folly hunt.
Okay, Folly. Okay. And the Folly hunt this is its second year. Okay. And the first year, last year, really was just the brainchild of a bunch of people in the community who wanted to do like a community event. Mm-hmm. And so they put together this basically scavenger hunt to try to attract people to come to Seward and then also engage in the community.
It's pretty cool.
Here in Seward. So
should we go do it really quick? Is that a possibility?
Let's go folly hunting.
Let's go folly hunt. Folly
hunting.
Folly. Let's go folly hunt.
Okay, do you even know where we should start?
No.
All right, we'll figure that out as we go.
I promise I'm not calling you names or anything. But what's a folly? Folly hunt? What is that?
It is the only bird in the world with ears.
Like actually?
On the outside of its head, yeah.
Okay, now I'm even more confused than I was before.
You go on a search for, I think there are 5 different follies this year that have been spotted. And you can go to any of the participating retailers, get your own folly hunting license, and then you gotta follow the riddles and clues.
If I wanted to get my license, how would I go about doing that?
I know for sure that Chapters Bookstore, Liberty House, and the National Garden Museum are definitely participating. Yeah.
We should probably head over there first. Let's check that out.
Before we go to the National Garden Museum, we probably should figure out what the myth of the folly is.
How do I go about doing that?
Follyhuntseward.com.
Okay.
The Prairie Folly Myth. You want to read it to us?
The prairie folly, a small bird of the Great Plains grassland, was thought to have become extinct. The folly has not been seen or heard for 150 years. Yeah, okay. And then in 2023, the world was stunned when the prairie folly was rediscovered in Seward, Nebraska. Let's go find this bird, okay? We need to fix that water tower. That'd be a good ad. Discover Seward County right up there. What do you think about that? One side Seward, one side Discover Seward County. Just a thought, you know. Just like pheasant hunting. How to get your license. $10.
Yeah, like you got $10.
Got my Apple Pay for you. Ding! Ding. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is what my
We didn't get our clue.
Oh shoot. This is what my summers look like when I'm 22 years old, so my future's bright, I think. We forgot the one important part.
Click, cling, clack. Howdy, partner. The folly's out back.
Oh.
Like, literally.
Clack. What goes clink, clank, clang? And it's out west.
Pat, I don't know what goes
From here.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
I can't think on my feet, dude. I don't know. Oh, that's south, north, south, east, west. That way.
And actually, you have to find all 5 birds. Take pictures with it.
We're gonna go hop the fence at Hughes Brothers. That's, I bet, where it's at. Great, clink, clank, clack. Is it up here? Is he up here? Are these your guys' sunglasses at all? No? Mine now. Some little girl's gonna be very disappointed when she can't find her sunglasses later. Cherry, I don't know.
You're a good citizen.
I know.
This is Seward's pool. Have you been here much?
No, I have my own pool.
Oh.
Don't ask if it's above or below ground.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
answering.
how fancy.
I'm not answering. Oh, this is Moffat. Yeah.
Moffat Park.
Kaitlyn, I have no idea where.
I have no idea.
Kaitlyn, I have no.
I have no clue.
Just call my mom and ask her where the first.
Has she Folly hunted?
I think call my mom because I don't.
We're phoning a friend.
Where's your gum?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, what's up, babe?
Did you do the Folly hunt this year? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's on our list of things to do. Was it at the National Guard Museum? Like, did you look at the tank? You know how there's a tank out back?
Yeah, there's nothing there. That's what I thought. Tell her to pony up $12 and go to Walmart to buy her own. I'm just kidding, I stole it.
It's hers. How about you buy?
All right, I'll see you later. I love you.
I love you, bye.
Bye. That was not helpful at all.
I just don't know Seward well enough. You're supposed to be my Seward person.
Well, I do know Seward to some degree, but it's just... Pat, where's the Folly that's with the National Guard Museum?
Okay.
Can I go play quick?
Sure.
If I were a made-up bird, where would I be? Look how high I'm going.
Howdy, partner. Which we assume to be west, which is why we're here.
Yes. Totally looking for the Folly right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like howdy horses? Like the
Horses?
Horses, like a horseshoe pit.
Horseshoe pit.
Oh God. Okay, let's go.
This is the horseshoe pits.
Video surveillanced by what? Herb Downing horseshoe courts.
All I know is JJ is picking up everybody's trash today.
I'm on camera, I have to. My God, oh my God.
What? Do you see something? Do you see something? I'm not running.
I can't even tell you how long this took for us to find this, but we did it. Now we have to find the bird. Oh, there we go.
There we go. It works. Fauna Folly. So that's what we're looking for. That's what it looks like.
Folly. Okay.
Did you know Nebraska joined the Union as a free state? It did not allow slavery.
W Nebraska.
W Nebraska.
If you like call out to it.
Fauna.
Fauna!
Parkour!
Trying to find the bird.
Oh my gosh, that was impressive. How are you getting down?
I'm not. Can you like call the fire department maybe?
Oh my God. It's the fireman.
No.
Hello? Like that you hear?
Yeah, Fauna's calling to us. You hear that bird?
Why did I actually?
I don't think it's gonna be in the ground, JJ.
Okay, I don't. Pat.
Hello?
Hi, Pat. It's JJ.
Yes.
We cannot find Fauna. Do you know?
Okay, you know who's in the store right now, JJ?
Who?
Court.
Court?
I'm gonna send Court down there to show you where that stupid Folly bird is.
That's a great idea.
They're at the horseshoe pit at the fairgrounds.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
He's disappointed in you.
Are we close?
Southeast towards a bush.
Southeast towards the bush.
Okay, thanks, Coach Court.
Okay, call me.
Okay, we'll call you back if you still can't find it. Sound good, Pat?
Bye-bye.
Bye. Didn't even say I love you before she hung up. My fauna detector is going off. Fauna, where are you? Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh. She's adorable. All right, pose with her for a selfie. Here we go.
It's 3 hours of my life I'll never get back, but hey, I did it with you guys. And Kaitlyn, I guess, too. But that was perfect.
All right, JJ, Kaitlyn, you just went out and experienced the great Folly hunt. You did one of the clues. JJ, how you feeling, man? You look a little exhausted.
Way too long. And the only reason that took way too long, because I was looking and she was holding the camera and kind of doing the commentary. Who thought that was a good idea? Why was I looking? What?
So we have JJ, and of course we have producer, director, everything extraordinaire Kaitlyn, who went out and participated in this one.
But I don't appear on camera, which is a good thing. But like, I don't appear on camera because I needed to just film him doing things, right? So I'm just behind the camera.
Someone's got to keep us in check.
Right?
And I put a mic on because I was gonna talk with him and whatever. But no, I was not thinking too hard about where are we looking. I was more thinking about how do I make sure I'm not filming his butt the whole time.
God's work. You did God's work there.
I have no
Kaitlyn.
comment there.
You had a comment.
I had a comment. It's just not going to be set on camera.
Good boy.
But it's kind of difficult too.
Is it
like,
hard?
It kind of is.
It's fun.
It is fun. No, it was actually, I did have a good time doing it. Believe it or not.
But we were gonna rip each other to pieces.
We were this close. We've been producing and doing hours of this podcast for the past 2 months, and our breaking point was the Folly hunt.
The Folly hunt is a great crucible.
Yes,
through which many friendships and relationships are tested, huh?
Way.
Very nice. So what tips would you give to anybody going out there starting their own adventure on the Great Folly hunt?
Maybe set a timer, maybe take breaks every once in a while to distance yourself from the person you're doing it with. If you're recently married or some kind of new talking stage, I would not recommend doing it with them.
Or would you? I mean,
Honestly,
you find out
actually, if you want to keep them around, to just
find out a lot.
Counseling. There you go.
Right, that's a good alternative. And third, if it's a summer activity that you want to do with the family or just one-on-one with one of your friends, it's fun. It's perfect.
Fun.
It is. I hate to say it, but no, I don't hate to say it. But
We made a pit stop somewhere in the fairgrounds, which was actually an important pit stop because it helped us lead to the clue.
Right.
But my comment was, I can't believe Kevin's paying us to do this.
That's the real shout out, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
We're all getting paid to do this nonsense right now. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What about you? Any tips? Any suggestions, tricks for anybody out there taking it on?
The thing is, it's unique. Like, and we kind of talked a little bit before we went out. Like, there's some communities that have a similar scavenger hunt style thing. But the really cool thing about this is it's kind of like a prolonged event, which you can do in a day or multiple days. We are not as smart as some, so it took us longer than it probably should have. But
perfect way to describe that. Good job.
Yeah. But there's 5 clues, like 5 different ways to go look around Seward and going to different retailers to get it, and it's really interconnected with the community, which is I think is a cool thing, which is kind of crazy because not many people know it even exists.
It's true. So Tom and Court and Pat, they all created an a legitimate alternative to an IQ test, relationship counseling, a gym membership. They really, it's everything. I hear
a rock wall climbing.
Yeah.
He climbed a tree. He didn't have to climb a tree, but he did.
JJ chose to climb a tree.
Spontaneous decision. Once I saw that tree, I decided I was going up it.
You got to go for it.
But yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for doing it, guys. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Have the honor to sit down and chat with Tom and Court from the Folly Hunt. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
I was just telling you, I know very little about the Folly Hunt. I've seen the posters. I've seen the branding. It's very mysterious. And so the branding has done a good job of piquing my interest.
Good.
And I intentionally came into this conversation. I know nothing. So you guys get to educate me. What is the Folly Hunt and how'd you guys kind of come to be a part of it?
Well,
the long sigh is great to start.
Who knows? I mean, last night, what was it? Saturday night, we went to the concert in the Bandshell Park, and we had a little table of Folly stuff. I had several people come up who live in Seward. They had no idea what the Folly was about. You know, we've advertised in the Seward County Independent, and we've had all kinds of posters up and all, you know, and I think most people are like you. They go, well, it's interesting and mysterious, but what the heck is it? So, it all came from, are you familiar with Seward's Folly?
I'm not.
Okay. I didn't grow up in Nebraska. I grew up in Ohio, but I learned it there. That's the one thing that we can own here in Seward is the Folly. So Seward was the Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln gets all the press, and he should because, you know, he's a great guy. But Seward, and the more I researched, when I first moved here, I got to find out why the town's named Seward. All these great things about William Henry Seward. I'm going to give you a chance to talk later, Court.
I didn't get into it till a year after you, so you got all the backstory.
So he facilitated the purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1867, which is also when the town of Seward was founded, for $7 million. Now, keep in mind, this was like 2 years after the Civil War. So the country needed the money to do rebuilding, factories, roads, you know, anything, bridges that were lost in the bombings and stuff of the Civil War. So a lot of people were unhappy with this. $7 million, a lot of money back then. And people are going, Alaska. I don't even know where Alaska is. All we know is cold, snowy, penguins, polar bears. I don't know. Why would anyone want to go there? Well, what Seward knew, apparently, that they didn't, Alaska is 2.5 times larger than Texas. You know, everything's bigger in Texas, but Alaska is actually 2.5 times bigger. So that $7 million works out to 2 cents an acre. So I wonder who had the last laugh there. Anyway, Seward's Folly is where the idea came from because I realized that's something we can actually own. About, I would say, maybe a third to half people in Seward know about it. So we took the Folly, and it seemed like a flight of fancy to me. So I said, we got to use this somehow. Pat Coldirons kind of started this thing, and she wanted some sort of a treasure hunt around town. And she said, Tom, what can you do? Can we hide wagon wheels? Do you want to hide pioneers? Do you want to hide whatever? So she was gnomes. I mean, she was going to do all these things. So
gnomes feel particularly like Pat. That's really on brand.
Doesn't it seem like Seward?
Yes, it really does.
But I wanted to come up with something particular and unique to Seward that we could own. I used to be a corporate storyteller, so I would do that. I would research a corporation, find something unique, whether it's a person or a product or a policy, doesn't matter what it is. As long as you find something unique, you can build a story around that. And I did several times. So that came to be here too. Pat wanted to highlight the tall grass prairie. That's a very overlooked biome in the United States. You know, when you go on vacation, you go to the ocean, you go to the mountains, you go to a lake. Nobody says, hey, let's go out and walk the hills of the tall grasses. So we're trying to make that important too. So I created a bird. Why? It felt like a bird that made its nest in the tall grasses, which therefore made that important. We had to make the bird unique, so I gave it ears. It's the only bird in the world with ears. And then I made it extinct. So here's a unique bird. Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. So it hopefully tugs on the heartstrings. The idea was then we created a few follies and we hid them at various places around Seward, places that are iconic to Seward, like Parade of Flags or the Fairgrounds or the Walking Trail or, National Guard Museum, so that when people went to look at them, a lot of people come from out of town, they got to see some of the best parts of Seward. And so it became a really fun thing. When I first read the story to Pat, because she was not expecting this, she just blinked about 100 times after I was done. And she said, oh my gosh, I think I love it. So, but it wasn't at all what she was thinking. It was a total flight of fancy and just this weird, dumb bird with ears. And we had a good first year. I'd say 700 people or so looked for the Folly last year.
Great. So that was last year was the first year?
Yes,
so
last year was the first year. This is the second year. The new blood this year, segue, is Court came on board once again because of Pat.
Yeah,
and
I didn't volunteer. I kind of got voluntold by Pat that I was going to be on it. So I actually got engaged on a Folly hunt.
You can't say no to her.
Well, that's
right. You can't say no.
This is a good. I didn't say no to her either. Tell her that story.
Well, the Folly hunt was really cool. So I loved it. My fiance now, she didn't necessarily love it because she's not a big humidity person. So when we wouldn't go Folly hunting, I kind of would get out of the car and do the Folly hunting, and she'd kind of just watch me and say, "You're doing a great job. Keep it up." Anyway, I finally
have a supervisor.
Right. I finally got her out of the car, had her digging around in a bush, and then she turned around, and that's when I asked her to marry me, and that's when Pat's like, "You don't have an option anymore. You're officially a part of the Folly crew."
Co-opted your story.
Right. You can't say no. In fact, I'm not letting you say no. So we'll see you next year when we start getting together.
And I've loved it. We have a really good group, but a lot of us are a little bit older. We have some young blood in there now, and he happens to be a really creative guy. He's had some really, really fun ideas. So we're all very appreciative to have Court with us. Thank you, Court.
Anytime.
So what are you guys' roles? What roles do you play in putting the hunt together?
Go.
I don't really have a role. I kind of just make stuff, and then they say, "Yeah, that sounds good. Where are you going to use it?" Tom likes to keep me grounded, or else I would spend all night just making random.
It's weird
stuff.
because I'm a nut. I mean, I'm a silly person, who dreams. But I've been so long in advertising, unless you knit it out, people are say your idea is cute or something like that, some kiss of death word like that. And you've had a lot of cute ideas, but a lot of them are really good too. But he doesn't know quite. I mean, like how many music how many songs did you produce?
So we made 16 songs. Now we have our own Folly album that you're supposed to listen to, and you go Folly hunting. It's kind of got like a Disney twist on it. They're all pretty good. So I'm trying to get that out there, so people listen to it while they're out Folly hunting. But that just happened out of the blue randomly. I was just messing around with some different AI tools and whatnot.
All of a sudden, he's just deluging me with all of these. Oh, you got to listen to this. Here's a 3-minute song. Here's a 6-minute song.
I think I overwhelm people.
Well, yeah.
Stuff, and it's just like, when it strikes, it strikes. So it's like I can't stop, and then I get into trouble. But that's all right. So
it is all right.
You can't stop the muse.
Right. We're not even done with one idea yet. I've got 6 more ready to go.
I know.
And then
it's great. So what our roles are, it evolves. It's morphed. I sort of had to do everything to start with because it was my idea, so I got stuck with it. But we had Kaitlyn here at Sweet Tea Marketing, and Haley, who did a great job for us, gave her a feel. She gave us a look. Kaitlyn did our whole website. Figured out everything for us, organized the whole deal. That's not my strength. So most of the stuff, I guess, I started doing. I'm relieved now that Court's here, and my wife. My wife's been very, very helpful. She made the Follies out of wood. So
very cool.
Great little birds. I don't know if we have a picture. Maybe we not, but it's something like that, but except out of wood. That's one that Haley did.
Very cool.
So. I had to use, my wife and I would go out and find hiding places, and then we'd figure out where the yard sign went. And this time, Court and I and Deb went out and found hiding places. So it's just whoever's interested. We have Steve Hambeck, who built the giant Folly float that was in the parade, like 12 feet long, and the wings move and the head turns, and he just did that on his own. Nobody asked him to do it. He just got excited by the idea because it's silly. And I was just on TV with Pure, Nebraska with the Vanderfords, and they couldn't understand why I would say, we want you to hunt for a bird that doesn't exist. We just lay it out there. The bird does not exist, but people have seen it. So what are you going to do with that?
What kind of response have you guys gotten from the community? Because obviously Court just did it, and now you're here jumping in, helping. What else have you seen from the community as they've kind of taken on the challenge?
I just got a lot of friends that like to do it. There's a guy down at the gas station. He pushes it for me. His name's Josh, and I always tell him, all right, make sure you get out and Folly hunt early. That way you can push it on all the people that come in and buy lotto tickets in the morning, you know, and so he does that for me. But honestly, I think more people talk to Pat and Tom about what they do out there. Like I said, I'm kind of just creating random things all the time. We have two characters that we created too. One's Scotch McFolly. He's a guy from Scotland. He's the world's greatest bird explorer, and he believes the folly's real, thinks it's really cool. He has his own Instagram account, so I try and follow everybody. Then we have Dr. Parsifal von Finch. He doesn't believe that they exist at all. He's kind of a snooty German guy. He also has his own Instagram account, so I got to keep track of 3 or 4 Instagrams, and I post for them, and then I have them post on each other's, and then they bicker back and forth with one another, and I do this all for the 12 followers that I have on each one. So
trying to create some conflict, though.
Anything for the 12 people that are following me, kind of, only because I made them too. So, so trying to get that out there a little bit. So follow those guys, please.
When I go, we have 5 retailers who all have the Folly sign in their window where you can buy a hunting license. Mm-hmm. Every time I go in there, they'll say, "Oh, 2 people came in to buy a hunting license," or I'll go into etc. And they're not part of it, but the people at the desk all do the Folly hunt. So they'll say, I can't find the one out by the golf course, where, or wherever they can't find it. But they're all very interested in it, and they're all excited to do it. And their friends are coming in from Ottawa, Iowa, and they're going to do it. So it's fun. And then the other half of the town don't know anything about it still.
Right.
I had several people at the concert. Well, tell me more about this. I said, "Do you live in Seward?" "Yeah." "Do you know about Seward's Folly?" "No." "Okay. I'm going to start in a different place then."
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're still trying to get the word out. We had a lot of help. Last year, we had a certain amount of money. It was very finite. We don't have unlimited dollars. And we used Kaitlyn at Sweet Tea to help us with a website, social media, and we advertised in some weekly newspapers. We didn't do that this year. We did this book instead. A lot of our money went to this little book, which is a cute little thing. It's 24 pages or long. It's from a little girl's point of view who wants to be a princess. And they're going to do, I think, is it Cinderella? I don't know. I can't remember. Sleeping Beauty. And she's the understudy. She doesn't get the part. And that's kind of like Seward being the understudy to Lincoln, or Seward the town being the understudy to Lincoln the town. It's oddly that we're this close
Yeah, that
together.
worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. And then the Tallgrass Prairie being an underdog. There are a lot of underdogs, so I called it second fiddle, but we're the best second fiddle out there, you know what I mean? So this girl goes through this awareness process where her mom explains why it's not so bad to be William Henry Seward or to live in Seward or to be near the Tallgrass Prairie, and she comes around and she feels good about it. So we spent most of our money on that this year. Was that a good call? Was that a bad call? I don't know. A lot of people said they liked the book, but is that bringing more people in? I would say no. I wish we'd spent more money. I was in advertising, so I believe in advertising, strangely enough. You're a teacher. You probably believe in teaching.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes lying to get my point across.
Yeah. Well, writers lie in order to reveal the truth. That is a quote from G.K. Chesterton, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is.
And then I'm teaching the right ways.
Yeah. The Folly's a big lie. It's a bunch of nonsense. But it's fun nonsense.
It's fun, exactly. Silly nonsense. Why do you think... in your guys' opinion, why has it had the reception it has? Like, why do people enjoy it so much? And you have people, you said coming from Iowa to do it. What is it about what you guys are creating?
Number one, the story captures the imagination. And that's the thing we really did set out to do. We don't have a lot of marketing dollars. The Follies are not, you don't get to keep them. You just get to photograph yourself with them, and that's it. And even the award that we have is a piece of paper that looks really fancy. It's got all signs of Greek and Latin on it. It means absolutely nothing. It's total nonsense. Dr. Seuss said, "I like nonsense because it wakes up the mind." And I think we've woken up a bunch of minds with this nonsense. We've had people from Omaha, Iowa, Grand Island. People from California who happened to be in town. People were just bought hunting licenses from Pat's place at Chapters, who were from, I can't remember, Louisiana? I don't know, some other state. And they were excited. They never knew about the Folly, but they bought hunting licenses, and they're going to go look because it sounded fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
What do you guys hope for the future of the Folly hunt?
Well, I dream big. We had about 700 last year. I want 7,000.
Nice.
a summer, and maybe 17,000 eventually. Because it's just, I mean, you can do it as a family. Some people do it as a competition. I had a couple of, I think they were cousins, and they were on their bikes. They were going to do everything on the bike, and they started at the same place, and then they had to go to their 5 retailers to get the clues, and they were going to race around and see who could find all 5 first. So there's that. Other people do it as a family, and just take their time, have lunch, and it's just everybody who's done it says they had a really good time, even though it's hard, but it's been a really good time. So happy about that. The thing that I think Court likes about it, and that Carla Kettner, who's also on the committee, she used to own Chapters Bookstore, likes about it, is that it is tied to education. So I researched, as I said, William Henry Seward, and I found out all these great things. We might not have Thanksgiving, the holiday, without him. We might not have the Transcontinental Railroad without him. One of the biggest things he did during the Civil War, England and France were going to join the war on the side of the South. Imagine how that would have changed the war.
Absolutely.
And everybody in the United States government was going, oh, no, what are we going to do? We'll have to threaten them. We'll have to bribe them. We'll have to, oh, my God. And Seward says, let me talk to them. Talk to them? What's that going to do? He did it. He went and talked to England and France, talked them out of coming into the war. It's a big deal. So when you see a yard sign, which means you're getting near a place where a Folly is hidden, there's a QR code on it. And you capture that, and it gives you 2 or 3 facts about William Henry Seward, the tall grass prairie, or the town of Seward every time you see that. All different facts from every QR code. So a lot of people found that interesting.
That is very interesting. Yeah. So where should folks go if they want to go partake in the hunt and join the chase?
That's kind of the main reason, too. We almost forgot to say that. It's from the local retailers around town. Yes. You're supposed to go get it from them. So I believe, do you want to say the 5 retailers this year? Go ahead.
Can I do it?
I think, can
Chapters I don't know. Chapters Bookstore, National Guard Museum, Liberty House, Spare Time, and Merle's Flower Shop. Yes!
Nailed it.
Thank you.
Tom for the win.
That's right.
Yay!
Usually.
So you go there and we're trying to drive traffic to the retailers. We value our retailers here in Seward, and what small town can support a bookstore? Very few, but we do here, and I want to keep that going. I'm a writer and a reader, so I want it to keep going. So that's another reason.
Amen. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks for your time. Sure. Thanks for putting something fun for people to do and
we're hoping
something silly. So
I know Court
hopefully we got some stuff in the wings coming up, so keep your eyes open.
We might have a Christmas Folly.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we're working on it now. That was
fantastic.
Court's idea. Good job, Court.
It's changed so much.
Well, yeah,
but
it always will.
I was tough on him. That's why.
Well, thanks, guys. I think you guys got a great teamwork happening.
I think so.
It's good dynamic. So. We're looking forward to seeing what comes, and thanks for all the work you guys are doing to give people something fun to do.
Appreciate it, Josh.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks,
guys. This episode is brought to you by Hughes Brothers. 104 years ago in 1921, the 4 original Hughes brothers responded to a storm that took out electrical power to the Seward community. Through more than 10 decades of product development, manufacturing, and technological change, Hughes Brothers continues to exclusively serve the electrical utility industry. They manufacture over 1 million pieces and parts that make up the products that are sold across the country and around the globe. Their 300 local employees boast over 4,000 years of combined experience to get the job done right the first time. Hughes Brothers, quality forged daily. Thank you to Hughes Brothers for sponsoring this episode of the Discover Seward County podcast. Hello, everybody. Today we have the opportunity to sit and chat with Diane and Lynn from Heartfelt Seward. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time coming in. I'm relatively recent to Seward. This is, I think, year 5 for me and my family. I obviously have seen the memorial many, many times driving past it there on the Concordia campus. But otherwise, what is Heartfelt? Give me kind of a background, Diane, if you don't mind jumping in.
Be happy to. Heartfelt is a nonprofit organization that we try to support families that have lost a child. And the memorial was built basically as a place for them to be able to remember their child. There's 3 brick walls up there. They have an opportunity as a parent to have a brick engraved with something that remember their child by. Might just be their name, their birth date, their death date. It could be some saying that they remember them saying all the time. Of course, it can only have so many letters and spaces. But biggest thing is that we are here to support families that have lost a child to walk through the grief process.
Yeah. How did you guys get started with that as the mission? How did Heartfelt kind of get started? And then how did you guys get involved with that?
We lost our daughter in a car accident in December of 2001. And that had been right after some other grief in the community right before that. So we knew that there was a need for families to be able to hold on to each other, lean on each other, to support each other so we can get through a day at a time, a week at a time, and eventually a year at a time. We started out by having a Heartfelt Connections grief meetings, and we did those for a number of years. And while we were doing those, people kept making comments. It sure would be a nice place to go instead of the cemetery. I don't like to go to the cemetery. Or my child is buried someplace else, and then we moved here. I have no place to remember them. So it kind of went into that as like, maybe there'd be an opportunity someplace for us to put up a memorial. Went from thinking it was going to be a little corner memorial to really evolving into what it is today. So we started fundraising, and actually we approached Concordia. They had houses up out there on that corner that were not being utilized at all anymore, and kind of twisted their arm a little bit and said, "What are you thinking about doing on that corner?" And they said, "Something." And so they thought what we had planned was really a good idea. So we have been in collaboration with them as far as we're leasing the property from them, and we built the memorial. And so they take care of us in some ways, and we take care of them financially in other ways.
Yeah. Lynn, how about you? How did you come to be associated with Heartfelt?
Also am a card-carrying member as a parent who has lost a child. My goofy Joshua, we lost him over 4.5 years ago, and he was 24. And I had already known Diane just through community, and I think I knew Clark more just with stuff. Yeah. And, I want to say 3 years.
I think so.
I wanted to be somehow connected to it. Also, you use that word of purpose, and give your loved one and other people's loved one a purpose. And I just so happened to have been contacted by Diane and maybe other friends who were connected with Heartfelt and the memorial. And I have a love of all things landscaping and gardening and growing things. Self-taught and learned just through the years, whether it was through my mother, who's no longer with us. But yeah, and so the memorial had been there for
2015 was when we dedicated it.
So as with any shrub or bush, there's no such thing as no maintenance. There's low maintenance. And it had come a time that we needed to do some revamping. And they kind of just set me loose.
It's been a blessing for us to have somebody that knows flowers and plants and everything, because my self-taught one is that's pink and that's blue and that's purple, and that's all I know. So when she was willing to not only be a part of our board, but kind of showed us her vision and what she was thinking about doing, give us kind of a plan for what she thought maybe the cost was going to be, we pretty much said, here's the credit card, go nuts.
Nice.
They did.
Yes.
That's a nice carte blanche.
Yeah.
Because we knew that the talent that she had, that it was going to evolve into something more beautiful. And it has. Each year it has
so
evolved
we've got,
into nice things.
like bone structure for term. And then this year, like I said, added more, and I already have plans of what to add. There's always, I can get really nerdy and go into, but you want 4-season interest. You want, it's a true thing. You want your spring, your summer, and your fall. Even winter interest is very important in a intersection as busy as Columbia and Hillcrest is. It is a very, and whether it's the circle of bubblegum supertunias that just grabs your attention, even when you're paying attention to the stop sign and who is crossing. It is a pop of color that, puts out blooms for a good 8 month, 7 months, with a little bit of love and water and fertilizer that just draws people's attention in. And then maybe the people that not everyone knows why that's there.
Right.
So we are all too happy to stand on a rock and shout our children's names and come look at the beautiful, the beautiful things that are only there because of generous people, because whether our hearts are connected, because of our loss, but we have people that haven't experienced loss to that magnitude.
We have
people that have. I have a little angel right now that is helping me with weeding and watering. Linda Zimbelman is she is saving me right now. Yeah. And she has also experienced loss of a child. And so whether it's 4 years ago or 16 years ago or 20 years ago,
exactly.
Or you're just wanting to hug the person that has experienced loss and says, I want to help. Yeah. People walk through that garden every day. And
they do. Have more people tell me that will go up and walk through it like it has its own aura as you walk through there, past the wall that moves and everything. So yes, it is.
It's a striking concept that at a place that it was the genesis of it is grief, right? Correct. That you've created something that's really beautiful. So I'm kind of curious if you don't mind speaking to that. How, for you personally, and then for you both personally, and then also from the perspective of the board, the organization, why was that so important to have something beautiful at a place that was really kind of founded by grief?
Right.
There's a fun contrast, duality there that I think is really beautiful.
Anybody that will say Karina's name out loud makes my day.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same for Joshua as far as that goes. Any family that has helped, volunteers, whether they have lost a child, have not lost a child, just for them to talk about your child. I remember when, all of those kinds of things. Help us heal a little bit, because no way do I ever want my daughter to be forgotten. Our immediate family is wonderful. We have one son still living with 4 grandchildren, thankfully, and they remember doing things with her. Well, 3 out of the 4 were not even born yet. But they always tell me, I remember when I did this with Karina. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, I'm so glad you did that, but you do know she wasn't alive. Yep, we did it. I said, okay. Then I had to take a step back. Children have such open hearts and such open minds that I'm sure they did. And that helps me and helps us.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much
to
get me to cry. Oh, for all the good reasons.
Yes, yes, that's right. The blow that we've had has changed our lives so much. They always had this same saying that when you lose a parent, you lose your past. When you lose your husband, you lose your present. But when you lose a child, you lose your future. Mm. And that's the thing that is hard to take, is because all of our dreams and hopes that we had for them are gone. Mm. And wish I, woulda, coulda, shoulda, live with every parent is kind of a guilt all of the time. But nothing would have changed what it is. And they have always told me, too, that, if you have faith, that they're only taken when they're at their best. Well, doggone it, how come they could only be 22 and 24 when they were at their best? And look at us, I guess we're not done yet. Haven't done enough good things yet.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what you guys, and I think not just you two, obviously, but the people, other people associated with it, you've done and are doing something extremely powerful in that you're taking grief and turning it into activity to benefit other people. So what are the memorial is obviously there. What other things does Heartfelt do to kind of help people who are going through, the loss of a child?
We send an email, a newsletter quarterly. And in the beginning, when they've lost, we know that there's been a loss in their family of a child, that the parent is still living, there is a letter that's sent to them with our brochure that tells all about us. And if at some point they would like to have a brick etched in their memory, here's the information. And then we send that information onto a section of Heartfelt that's called For Healing. And for the first year of the parents after the death, they will send, I think on a quarterly basis, they'll contact them to see if they want to visit with them face-to-face, by email, or let them know that they're going to be mailing them some books, brochures, things to help them get through the first year. That's as far as we kind of go with that. We have very few fundraisers anymore. We're fortunate that we have some donation boxes at Fastmart here in Seward, and anyone that donates to that, People's City Mission gives us a bit of a stipend for that. That helps defray our expenses, and so that helps. And then in October of each year, we have what we call the Wicked Wine Run Walk that's done at the Juntro Winery out east of town. Any family can come, anyone can come and literally do the run walk. They have a trail. That is really a time when families do come together, and people that are supporting people in grief, you'll see them come in groups. You'll see them come dressed in Halloween costumes for a day of holding each other up and maybe being in a silly costume for a day, for an afternoon. It's kind of has been growing because now we have some people, the vendors that will come in to sell items. A food truck will come in, and they also have a walk which goes through the winery, and it stops at 4 different places, and you can have a tasting if you'd like of Junto's wine, and tells a little bit about the winery at that point. So it's a very, very lovely afternoon, and it seems to be gaining in popularity as each year we have more people come.
Good, so. as well it should.
Yes.
It's always a beautiful afternoon. It's such, Junto is just so gracious to give us that space,
right.
For an event like that. And it's always so beautiful to walk around and to experience local, but people giving of their once again, their time and talents with an event like that. Brings people together.
It has. We've had many businesses that, have donated to us in one way or another, that has helped us so much as far as that's concerned. So, time, talent, little treasures as far as the money. Yes, we need some of that too to keep going.
Yeah. You had shared, Diane, before we started recording that it's not just a Nebraska thing, and it's not just a Seward thing, that you actually, Heartfelt, the mission reaches beyond that. Would you share a little bit more about?
I sure can. We have about 375 names approximately on the walls now. It covers, at this time, 8 states and 1 foreign country. So it has just really grown with that. Probably the biggest thing we'd like people to know is it's not just for Seward or Seward County. It's for anywhere, anybody, as long as a parent is living when they lose their child. If some people say I do it because I have a connection with Seward. Some people do it because they have moved to some other area and their child is buried another state away. They want someplace physical that they can come. They can see their name etched in a brick. Like I say, when it's etched in stone, that's the way it's going to stay. And feel like they can spend some time with not only their child, but every child that's up there.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you've made it such a beautiful place is so important, and it really can help contribute to that feeling of healing and of community. Speaking of, in addition to that, I think what you've done with Heartfelt is you've created a community where people are able to feel supported and loved and like you're not alone. So I'm wondering if you would both be willing to share what can a community do to help somebody who has lost a child, because that can be it can feel very lonely, I'm sure. People don't know what to say.
Right.
People don't know how to compose themselves. So if you have any wisdom to share for how a community can help support, someone who's lost a child, I think that would be a great message to send out.
What you're saying is, I think both of us have experienced it, and it is rough. It is very hard to go someplace, go to work, go to the grocery store, go anywhere. I always tell my husband, I'm not going to the grocery store anymore unless you want me to clear all the aisles, because the minute they see me, they turn around and go. It was the same at work. People, like you say, do not know what to say. They don't have to say anything. Just give me a hug.
Yeah.
They don't have to say, I'm sorry, nothing. Don't have to say anything. And so I think being a couple real huggers here, people don't have a choice. But, and I think one thing is, just don't avoid people that's lost this child. Say, don't have to say anything. Just touch their hand, give them a hug. And if you're closer with them, send them a card, send them a text, just anything that will let them know that someone cares. Because it changes the dynamics of everyone's family so much. So even within the families. Go ahead.
Well, we're pretty darn lucky to be in a small town, in a community that Seward is a very faith-based town. And so it is hard pressed to not, even in our public school system, we're pretty faith-based from everything that you see and read. So that is a blessing and an element to helping the healing process, which takes time, and it takes a long time.
Right. It does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And so once again, going back to that word purpose, but it also keeps you in the moment of helping other people and not focus on yourself, which can be easily done sometimes in the whole grief process. We have other people to take care of during all that time, but every year during our annual remembrance, we see that we're like, yep, it's a big club.
Yes.
We wish that it didn't have to exist, but it does.
No dues. Don't have to pay any dues, because we paid the highest dues that there is. Yes.
So I think so many people, you don't realize how many people have gone through it. And so, or just sure of a child, but nobody gets out of their life journey without some scars. So I think it has made me a better person.
Yes.
Crazy enough.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
More compassionate, I think, like you say, our lives could get really self-centered.
Yeah.
So that's a change, because yes, we're here to help others. We're here to let them know that we're still breathing, and we can still cry, and we can still miss our children, but we are still moving forward and not only helping ourselves as we extend our arms out to help others too.
Yeah. So we want we want everybody just to come and just read, because saying those names is important, but if you don't know, just reading those names on the brick, on all those bricks are very important too.
It is.
While looking at the beautiful pollinating bees and butterflies and blooms and
right.
Yeah,
we've done some not only flowers and bushes up there. We actually have a directory now that you can put your phone up to, and it's on the QR code, and it pops up the directory of all the names of the kids up there. And with that said, you can alphabetize it to find your child's name. Just search for it. We have 3 walls up there: faith, hope, and love. And it might tell you that the child's name is on the faith wall, row 2, over 13.
Oh, wow.
So it's easy for them to find, because when you walk up there and think you're going to find one specific name, it's pretty overwhelming. So that's really been lovely. And you can.
And this year.
Yeah, you can tell them about our newest.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So our newest is a water feature. It is, there's another round circle in between the hope and faith wall. And we were thinking about putting in another shrub or something. And luckily, we have friends who help us who actually recommended, what about a water feature? And yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's why we have friends.
Yes.
And it is now going. It is a rock that is a bubbling water feature that is so stunning. The sound of water in that manner in a peaceful place is pretty amazing.
Very calming.
Calming, and it's beautiful. It's lit at night.
Oh, wow.
It's always, the walls have always been lit at night, but it's lit at night. So, yeah. So it is tucked between the beautiful life tile wall, which in and of itself is amazing, the large structure on the corner. So we have the hardscaping of the bricks, the important foundation. And just we have these hardscape pieces that just work so well with the shrubs and perennials and trees. So, you have the walking path to walk yourself through it. You stop and you listen to that water. So that is new and possible through the financial donations so that we can share new features. There are benches throughout that you can choose to sit and and read your book and
be at peace.
Right.
Yeah, be at peace.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like for folks to know about how to get involved, what what you would like them to do, where they should go? What do you guys need?
We have a Facebook, Heartfelt Seward, and a website. You can find everything about us on there.
There you go.
Please do that. And yes, and just let others know that.
Yes. Because Lynn likes to buy new plants all the time, the financial need is always there.
Of course.
I'm always replacing something. Not everything survives our lovely winters. Financial support is always a need. And I will always take people that want to help weed.
Yes.
Because I have a full-time job and a large yard myself. And so, I will always take help. So anybody can contact me. I will take the help.
Absolutely. Because she doesn't know how to ask for help sometimes. She's real bad about that.
You and me both.
Yeah. But anybody, you don't have to be a card-carrying member. I would love anybody to want to be part of Heartfelt.
And if there's nothing else we can give anybody, we'll give them a heartfelt hug.
Yeah.
Always.
Because I'm good at popping those bubbles.
Yes. Sometimes they need to be popped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I think what Heartfelt Seward has done and what you two individually have done in taking grief and turning it into something beautiful, turning it into compassion, that is not easy. That is alchemy of the highest order, and I think it's something beautiful. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything you do.
Yep.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you.
Thanks, ladies. Well, and that'll do it for this episode. A lot of great content. I want to thank JJ and producer Kaitlyn, director Kaitlyn, for going out and doing the Folly hunt. After we got to talk to Tom and Court, everybody go, if you get the chance, go out, explore the beautiful county and enjoy the Folly hunt. It'll be a crucible. It'll test you and your relationships and your sanity, but you'll come out stronger on the other side of it. So that's great. We want to thank the ladies from Heartfelt and the wonderful work that they're doing. We want to thank them for everything and encourage everybody to go support them as well. Go check out the memorial. And if it's within your means to donate to help them with their mission, please consider doing so.
And I want to make a note too. I want to thank our producer Kaitlyn, who's actually leaving us this week. This is her last episode, so she's actually one of the founding committee people. She's sitting behind the camera on the soundboard. You can't really see her, but she has been, I think you guys agree with me, incredible. The glue that has kept this whole thing together so far.
Kept this
whole
menagerie moving forward.
Crazy endeavor that we've started.
Agreed.
You did a good thing, Kaitlyn. You helped start this for Seward County. Thank you.
Absolutely. So with that, we want to thank everybody again. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time. This episode of the Discover Seward County podcast was brought to you by the Seward County Visitors Bureau, Sweet Tea Marketing, Hughes Brothers, Union Bank and Trust, GBE, and PetSource. Did you want to tell your crazy JJ story on camera too?
Oh my gosh. All I was going to say was, we went out yesterday to go film the 4-H kids showing their animals. And we were instructed to bring bad shoes. And he's got, what are these called?
Well, Yeezys, SS. Maybe don't call them that. Clogs. They're my clogs.
They're clogs. And he has a white pair or cream that he wears most of the time. And so we get out, and I don't think, look, I don't understand designer clothes, but we get out there.
Wait, hold on. Those are designer?
Well, I mean.
Are those actual Yeezys?
Yeah.
God, that dude has lost it.
I know. No, you don't got to tell me.
If he's putting these out, and he's like, here's my designer shoe.
I like them, though.
Okay, so he's got a black pair today, but he had a white pair yesterday. And we go out to the farm, and I'm not saying they're the most pristine condition.
I know what this story is.
I know. And so then we were like changing shoes to go out into the farm, and he changes from his whatever they are that are kind of
dirty
down
creamy,
anyway to the shiniest or like whitest white tennis shoes I have ever seen in my life. And they were the most like well kept, like Brooks or something. And I'm like, those are your farm shoes?
I mean, technically, yes, they're the new farm shoes.
Oh, they're new farm shoes.
But the Seward Wellness Center did not like it when I had my old workout tennis shoes that were all muddy and tracking in the mud.
But that's my JJ story. And then he scaled a tree in those today. So they're all weather. They're all versatile.
Multi-purpose. So. Yeah, I mean, they're made out of tires, so they should be.
With my corduroy European medium Zara pants from when I was 18. Yeah, perfect.
At least someone knows style, because I got nothing.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. You look great, man.
That's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me.
Fair enough.